The fidelity of this examination is unquestionable. The good news is that this year we did not pick many fake examinations, even though we had a lot of plans in the back room from certain teachers in certain hotspots where we are observing very keenly. The downside this year is that there have been a lot of rains, and we have had challenges in Marsabit, in the other northeastern areas like Garissa and Wajir and Mandera and Tana River. We are also on standby for Lamu because we have a lot of floods. We have had to right-size some schools by moving them to safe areas, and I want to assure the nation that every child shall take the exam this morning. We have 10 helicopters in addition to the police helicopters that are at our disposal. If and when required, they will lift exams and take them to exactly where they are required and pick them back to the container. I want to say that going forward, we require everybody's participation and fidelity in this process. My message to the students this morning is that they have absolutely nothing to worry about. Every child is born with a special tact in his brain. And since we are going to have 100% transition, there should actually be really no pressure. Let me also take this opportunity to warn very firmly the very few center managers who may attempt to block children from taking exams for whatever levies they were illegally levying the children. That if they do so, they will have themselves to blame. You can't stop a child from taking an exam because he failed to pay 300 shillings, which in the first place was not legal. So every child must be given access, unfettered access to the examination, and if there are issues, they can be sorted out later. There are a handful of schools, but the important thing is that the government is at hand where there is a requirement of boarding the students. Like for this region, you even made sure there was food, and the children, as they are boarding, they'll be provided with food as they do the exams. So that should not worry any person at all. My message to our good parents is that please stop, please, in the name of God, let your children do the exam in peace. Please allow your children to do the exam in peace. You don't have much apart from encouraging them. Don't let nobody tell you that, oh, there are certain experts who are going to do the exam, you should pay an amount of money so that your child should pass. Just pray for your child and encourage the child. I think that's all. And I want to say that this year around, we have not picked many fake papers like in the past, which means the parents have learned that whenever they were selling the papers, they were actually fake papers. That is a big white elephant in the room because it relates to culture in this region. We have teenage pregnancies that are an issue. We are dealing with them through the provincial administration because we really have to softly get the parents of the region to come along with us. Are we together? Where they are, like in some areas now, we have already admitted certain, I will not tell you where, because I don't want to stigmatize any region, but there are girls who have already been admitted, and we have also ambulances on standby, should there be need for them. But I think this is where we fail, because if parents start looking after their children as they grow up, then they are able to have self-control and they are able to take the stress. So we shall still deal with the cases of pregnancy, but it should not be an issue because we shall take the exam to them and ensure that they have the same conditions as the others. There are hotspots, and the epic center is in Migori. Are we together? Yes. Going by last year. And some people will be very annoyed that I'm saying this again, but I will say it because that's my job. The epic center is in Migori, as we have been watching. Migori coming down to Kcpe and Homo Bay. Then when we go, and this is where I will still say it again, going by last year's exams, we also have problems in Garissa, in Mandera, and Wajir. Irrespective of what other people are saying, I want to urge the parents to allow their children to do the exams in peace. For the rest of the country, we are very happy to say that we have not seen anything to worry about. But I can assure you that in those areas, we are not going to scare the children, but if you try, we shall catch you. Yes, I'm very satisfied. I think the parents have done much more than in the past, because you see, they are the ones who usually buy the fake papers for the children. Do you get the point? And this year, we have not tracked many of them, which means they know that whatever they are buying does not help the children. So, but as far as the collaboration is concerned, I've been in this is my 4th year around. I started at a lower level. Now, by the grace of God, I'm the one who is one we could call the field marshal. You know the way I work. I'm very friendly, very soft, but if you cross the red line, then you see another animal that you can't deal with. And everyone, including you, I think you know that. Yeah. And for the purpose of... Well, there are a lot of floods in Marsabit, in Mandera, in Wajir, in Garissa, and Tana River, and a bit of Turkana. And also in Lamu here. We are watching Kwale, and for that purpose we have made available on standby 10 helicopters. So exams will get to the children on time this morning. That one I can assure you. We don't control the floods. I just hope that they go down a bit. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We shall continue to share. And I want to appreciate the fact that you have been working with us. Most of the time supporting, occasionally pointing very firmly what we are doing wrong, which is also good. Asanteni sana. We want the Sunday children to see this morning all together, and we reassure them. Morning. Success of this exam is going to depend on you. Actually, you are the most important thing. The glass of task at home after work. May I please you to alafu Mungu atatuongoza mbele. Mungu ni mwema. And you brought us this far. That's all I wanted to encourage you. In Corporal in charge of the convener here to make sure that the part of income. Thank you. Elias, ulikuwa mbali, ulikuwa unafanya nini huko? You know, when I don't see you, I'm not.
Saint Augustine.
Yeah, this is not what I want.
Rosina Junior.
Niseme na shule gani? Aga Khan. English, Maths na next. English, Maths na Yakan.
Sasa kama iko shida, tengeneza mwanya. Shule gani hiyo? Ndio. Tena anatosha kabisa. Usiwazie yako ni gani? Central Girls.
Central Girls. Central Girls.
Afande.
Central Girls. Central Girls. Gondeli Girls.
Na umechwa nimeona na
Kikohoni.
Tomboya Primary, Central Girls, Memon Academy. Star of the Sea.
Sawa.